right, Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters, we're going to talk about the Punisher returning. I'm talking about to the MCU, or more so, joining the MCU after he had his own series over on Netflix. Look, he was part of that Daredevil universe, and man, that first season of Daredevil, I said it in the last video about Jon Bernthal's Punisher vision, his character, his portrayal. I said that first season of Daredevil I consider it to be the second greatest season of comic book television we've ever seen, only behind Green Arrow or Arrow season 2. But it's been revealed to us now that he, much like a lot of us, has had some issues with the creative direction of some characters, and particularly everything involving this new Daredevil project, this Born Again project. And he initially, at least that's what the rumor is, from somebody that actually met the man and talked to him about it, that he refused to come back as the Punisher. Now, we know this role, this character, means a great deal to this gentleman. And he talks about the sense of defending your family or seeking vengeance on somebody that has harmed your family. And he also talks about how important this character is to members of the military, which is something we covered in the last video. And look, the Punisher is one of my favorite comic characters, or characters, period, of anything to do with anything involving pop culture. He's among my favorite of all time. I mean, back behind me here, there you can see the skull. There's the skull. I love the Punisher character. Even the Thomas Jane movie, I'm a huge fan. I am a huge fan of that film, and I'm a huge fan of Jon's portrayal of this character. And he understands how important it is to honor the character, the source material, and get this character, the vision of the character, the spirit of the character correct. Well, initially, he told Disney no. He told Disney he was not going to do this character in this new Daredevil Born Again series. Evidently, he has agreed to return, but it was only until after major alterations were done to this story to get it back on track. There was a video that came out the other day where it had Marvel writers on there talking about the fact that they were not actually fans of these comic projects that they're involved with. And it just absolutely, it blew my mind. Nerdrotic did a video on it, and I'm like, how can you people be involved with these projects when you're not even a fan of what's going on, the characters, you don't have any passion about it, and it seems like exactly the opposite of the kind of people you'd want to hire to take on these projects. It's very strange. Or at the very least, if you hire somebody that's great at what they do, they decide to sit down, take the time, and completely immerse themselves in that universe to be able to correctly get the stories and the characters right and how they should be and how they should honor them. Not only are they not fans, they don't care to be fans. They don't care to even put the time in, and in some cases they're told not to, which is baffling. It shows you how broken, how opposite the logic is with some business like Disney being involved in these characters. They don't care. They don't care about these characters at all. They're sitting down with checklists that have nothing to do with honoring the story or the characters that they're taking on. It's baffling, and they're wondering why their MCU series and their Lucasfilm series are crashing and burning, and their movies are flopping. Well, it's because you're doing everything wrong. That's why that's happening. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is an absolute mess, so it should not be surprising to hear that Jon Bernthal reportedly refused to make his return to the Daredevil franchise due to allegedly atrocious original script for the upcoming Disney Plus show. I hate that this series is now with Disney. That makes me shudder. Yeah. And of course, Charlie Cox came back in the She-Hulk series. It was a travesty. It has been almost a decade since Marvel's Netflix shows such as Daredevil, Punisher, and Luke Cage changed Marvel programming by creating a dynamic universe outside of the established MCU films. To this day, Netflix Daredevil is considered to be among the best Marvel-related content that has been produced since the MCU's inception over 15 years ago. It's a fantastic series. It really is. However, since Disney has ruled in the rights to Netflix universe shows back under the House of the Mouse's umbrella, the MCU has struggled to find a way to reintegrate the beloved characters of that universe into their new cinematic home, and the results have been disastrous. I mean, what is up with this costume? I truly don't understand. I don't. Disney's attempt to integrate street-level superheroes into the MCU has evolved in character assassinations such as Charlie Cox's Daredevil appearing in the critically panned She-Hulk series, as well as Vincent D'Onofrio's reprisal of his role Kingpin in Hawkeye, have not seen it, and recently released Echo, have not seen it, but I heard that Echo's show could not be any further from the actual character in the comic in the source material. Considering the drama revolving around the current state of Disney's Daredevil Born Again, a drop in quality from the Netflix TV show to the Disney Plus originals had been noticeable. While some of the biggest characters of the Netflix series have been confirmed to make a return, such as Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Woll in the roles of Franklin Foggy Nelson and Karen Page respectively, Disney's efforts to create new content has been nothing but a headache for creators behind the scenes. Things were getting so bad that the House of Mouse's new take on the Devil of Hell's Kitchen was repeatedly forced to undergo massive rewrites in the middle of filming. I bet this thing's going to be a train wreck. Simply put, Disney was forced to scrap the entire series halfway into filming due to its creative directions, poor reception, and one of the biggest stars, who was apparently disappointed in his particular direction Disney was taking the series, is Punisher actor Jon Bernthal. TikTok star Cameron Salas took to social media to share an exchange he had with the Punisher star, claiming Bernthal had revealed that he was first approached to reprise the role in Daredevil Born Again. He, quote, hated what they were doing with the character before the rewrite. Quote, I had the pleasure of meeting Jon Bernthal again today, prefaced Salas, adding, I got to talk to him about Daredevil Born Again. She then claimed he told me he hated what they were doing with Daredevil before the entire rewrite or whole rewrite, and he actually turned down the project. But now that Karen is back, amongst others, he's back in. In a follow-up post, Salas went on. He told me that he's apparently been turning down Marvel when it comes to playing the Punisher over and over again because they hadn't been getting it right, but the small part he has now in Daredevil Born Again is good in his eyes. Wow. So they must have been trying to get him to come back as this character repeatedly. He's kept telling them no because you have no earthly idea what it is you're doing with these stories, and particularly this character. And he says he will not play it if they will not get this character right. In October of last year, reports claimed that Marvel Studio executives, as well as head honcho Kevin Feige, were scrapping Daredevil Born Again after reportedly going through half of the footage from the then 18-episode show while production was on hiatus due to the SAG-AFTRA strikes. Part of the studio's new creative direction also purportedly involved the firing of Daredevil Born Again writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman in the effort to reboot the series and even bring back Wilson Bethel to reprise the role of Bullseye, in what seems to be an effort to shift the series' focus to more closely resemble what the fans enjoyed about the original Netflix-backed property. After the show's original vision failed to impress, the House of Mouse is reportedly shifting the focus to more closely resembling the original Netflix-backed property. As of this writing, the release of Daredevil Born Again has been pushed back to a yet-to-be-determined date in either 2025 or 2026, depending on the progression of the reshoots. Films such as Captain America Brave New World and the upcoming Blade have been delayed due to production issues. Disney is also struggling to figure out the creative direction for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which has since been retitled to Avengers 5 following the conviction of Kang the Conqueror actor Jonathan Majors. I saw that he's in trouble again the other day. There is no shortage of creative woes for Disney. While the studio has made an effort to bring back actors to reprise the roles they played in Netflix-produced Marvel series, it is unknown how these projects will turn out given the several years of disappointment. I'm still totally concerned that this series is going to be a train wreck. I mean, how else is there to look at it? The last several years of the MCU or anything connected has been a total shit show. It's been a dog shit fest. I mean, absolutely terrible. They should have ended the whole thing with Endgame. If they were going to start getting it wrong this badly, and now the MCU is full steam ahead down the path of Lucasfilm, let's try to sideline and or ruin as many characters as possible. Let's race swap them, gender swap them, whatever we can do to stray from the source material and the original honoring of said content. I mean, nobody over there even cares about these characters. It's baffling to me. If I brought in a writer, somebody to do these stories and get these ready to go to film, to sit down and do that, my first question would be, are you a fan of this character? Are you a fan of comics? This character, what do you know about it? Blah, blah, blah. What can you tell me about this character? Well, I've never read it. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a nice day. Don't ever come back to anything related to anything to do with our product, because we need people that actually know what they're doing and about these characters. Jon's been very open about the fact that he would not portray this character if he did not feel like it respected the source content and source material and the spirit of the character. And I hope he sticks to that. I truly do. I mean, Kevin Feige, man, they had a really good run. But he said, basically came out and said a few years ago, we're going woke, full steam ahead. Yeah, he woke that shit right in the ground. He sure did. At record speed. I've never seen somebody wreck a franchise so quick that was so successful. I mean, let's be real. Disney never had a hell of a lot of success at all with Star Wars. But the MCU was a juggernaut. And they crashed that ship at record speed. We are so far from the first Iron Man, it's just mind-blowing at this point. Wow. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out till next time.